So normalizing everything, thinking is not a big deal. We talked last week about delusion, right? And a lot of you like that. But the thing is, it's not a big deal. I can do this. I can have that. Why not me, right? Yeah, $1,000 is not that much money. $100,000 in debt. Okay, fine. Let's set the plan in motion and I'll pay it off. It's not a big deal. So think of that instead of just getting under the weight of it all. Okay. And so that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing is when it comes to inspired action, I want to talk about a little bit about that because people say, okay, inspired action means that, what does it mean? It means that, you sit there and you get these sparks of wisdom or action. Not necessarily. Inspired action is doing the next best thing that comes to mind that feels right to you. That feels down to your core. This is what you enjoy doing right now. Okay, today, this minute. What does it feel good to you right now to do? Okay, so let's put this in the context of saying, okay, I have this vision for myself. And I think, I need to do something to get to the vision. So, okay, real estate feels good to me. Okay, so that's the first inspired action. You made the decision. The real estate is what feels good to you. Okay, so now within real estate, what's the next thing that feels good to you right now to start creating? Now, when we train you about different strategies and different things, we give you kind of a basket full of ideas, what to do, but you have to pick and choose what feels good to do, what you enjoy. So let me give you my own personal story or example. So when I decided back in 91 that I wanted to create $5,000 a month in, let me say this, that within my 4 decades of real estate experience, I transitioned, and this is before mindset, guys. So this is one of those things that was innate in me, I guess, right? Because later I came to this realization. But I moved from strategy. I moved from way of doing things to other way of doing things by pure gut feeling and inspiration. Now, did all of them work? No. Some of them was like, okay, well, fine. I pivot away from that. What's one of the good thing you have to do? Don't stick with something that doesn't feel good or right for you for too long. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just go to something else. But everything I shifted, so everything that my movement within real estate has always been by inspiration and what felt good to me at that time. And then if it didn't feel that it was aligning with me, for whatever reason, I did something else. And so that's why when I talk about my experience in real estate, obviously I talk about the good parts of it, right? But, there were parts that I could have made better decisions. But when I started in real estate, I wanted to I started as a real estate agent in Hawaii, some of you know, but when I started investing in 91, my goal at that point, I had small children and I wanted to create a passive income, about $5,000 a month. So I didn't have to go and get a job and I could be around my children more. So passive income means rental income, right? And so I started reading up about it, right? Rental income, I started getting, but I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of resources. I didn't have a job. So I wanted to be creative about it. Okay. So I was reading up books about how to buy or take over properties or things of that nature without having any money. So I started reading, and then I started implementing. As simple as that. I read an idea in the book. I would bookmark a chapter and I said, okay, now I'm going to do this one. Okay, I'm going to do this one and I'm going to crack the code with that one. And there were, I read a lot of books and I chose the one that felt better to me as far as inspirations, right? I didn't do everything in the book. I did what was that part that interested me. And I really followed my gut feeling. And as I was doing one thing, a thing brought me to another. But my vision was I wanted $5,000 a month in rental income so I could be home with my children. That's all I wanted. And I wanted that within a year, by the way. So that was my vision. And everything else between my vision and where I was came by inspiration. So I moved from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, my inspiration. But the other thing also, I would do something, and I always done this way. I'll do something, and if it just doesn't seem to work that way, or it doesn't work out, or it didn't feel good to me, or it felt like it was an uphill battle, or it felt like it was too hard, then I would shift. I would do something else. You know, until I found my niche of doing things, and then I would run with it. So with that type of mindset, okay, is at least I actually have a good thing I'm going to tell you guys. With that type of mindset, I was able actually to double my passive income within 18 months without taking any bank financing.